Hello and welcome to another edition of the Gravestone Pros here at North Country Memorials. So glad that you've joined us today. We are going to be taking a look at some stencil and maybe taking a little look around the shop, as well as I will show you that stone that Wes and Dad finished last week so that you can at least see the final product. It turned out really nice. So come along. Stone that Dad and Wes were working on last week. Just wanted to show you that. It really did turn out quite nicely. Very, very happy with how that all ended up looking. All right, so we are gonna start out by taking a little look here at some new stencil that came. And I have not really messed with it a little bit. Dad opened it the other day, but I kind of wanted to take a look at it. I'll see if I can hoist it. It's heavy with just one hand here. All right, turn some lights on. Hardcoat stencil was developed to be applied without the use of pre-coat adhesive filler. I never used a pre-coat filler, so that's foreign to me anyways. Come over here and grab a knife. Kind of interesting. Maybe I'll change camera view here. There. You can kind of see it. It is, yeah, it's a three-part. So we have the little plasticky film, and then a sticky, that plastic coating. My phone's ringing. That phone call there was a pretty typical one for this time of year. Somebody calling to check on spring work, when it's going to be done, that kind of thing. And I always tell people Memorial Day. Go back to our stencil here. I went and I peeled this other layer, so there is this kind of thin plasticky layer that's got the sticky, and that stencil actually has a pretty decent bit of stick on it. Normally on my other stencil, the white part would be, which is yellow on my other stencil, but the white part is more sticky on both sides. But on this, it's actually the stencil itself seems to have more of a sticky kind of film to it. And I'm pulling, it's very stretchy, and actually where the other material I was using, if you stretched it like this, it would kind of stay, where this is actually kind of springing back. I mean, now I'm pulling on it a lot, so it's kind of misshapen, but the other, if you pulled on it much at all, it would kind of get misshapen, where this doesn't seem to be. Hard to pull it apart. But yeah, so this is the new stencil. We'll see what it's like when we actually get a chance to blast with it. Time will tell. I want to go upstairs and check on Dad. He's up there and getting some more drawing done. So let's go and see what he's up to. Also wanted to just show you around a little bit up here. You've seen our videos. You know that we've got these stairs going up to a room up here. And we hadn't used it because it was full of storage and stuff wasn't very neat and organized. But a couple weeks ago, we got it organized a little bit, and so Dad's been spending time doing art up here.
Probably a month to 5 weeks ago that we cleaned this up and got it organized. And Zach, that was here helping back in the beginning of January, he and I spent a good day in here and made some good changes. And I always liked the new space, so I started doing my artwork up here, and I think I probably will do all of it up here. It's up out of the way, and it's out of the dust. The door that's on there, there was no door, so all the dust that we created down there that floated through the air landed in here, and yeah, you can just picture that if you've ever had a room with a lot of dust in it. That's what we were dealing with. But so I'm working on a drawing right now. There's a lot of nitpicky work on campers and cars and that kind of stuff, but it's what people like, so that's what we do.
Yep. What'd you think of the new stencil?
Yeah, it's got a different feel to it, and until I get it out and see what it's like when it cuts, see what it's like when it peels, and then ultimately how well it blasts. I like change, so something new, something different, I'm always glad to explore it, and if it ends up being an upgrade for us, hallelujah. If not, okay, well, then we move on to whatever. So stencil is a problem. I think we've mentioned on other videos, but where we were typically buy 10 rolls at a time, they were giving us 1 or 2 at a time. So, and it's difficult for everybody, and all you guys out there that monument guys that are watching, you know exactly what we're talking about. And no stencil, no blasting. So it's slowed things down, unfortunately, for the public. It's slowed things down in a business that already runs kind of slow. You know, we don't just spit out monuments day after day. There's a lot.
Wanted to show you guys this old board. Some old family photos on there. The top one is from my brother Corwin's wedding. The bottom one is from my sister Delight's wedding. Those were taken about a year apart. Come down. There is a random family trip we went on. That was from my graduation from school ministry in Toronto. It's a friend of ours that was one of the original etchers here at North Country Memorials, doing the fine hand art etching. So a few photos of him working. Different stuff. Here's Dad doing some etching at the fair years and years ago. Photo of Dad and I working in our old garage. That was back before we had redone it all, I think. Photo of all of us at the fairgrounds. Lots of stones that we've done over the years. So I thought that was just kind of a fun little piece of history for us. And it's been sitting in storage for a long time. Mom used to always take this board to the fairs, but I don't like it quite as much. I prefer our new shiny vinyl one that we have now that's got photos on it. So, but we decided to put this up here. It's kind of fun looking back, remembering some of these stones, some of these jobs. So very good stuff. And I do have a desk up here. I've only used it once, but I come up here and did a little bit of video editing right after we got this stuff done up here, because it's definitely kind of a nicer, quiet space up here. Needs a little paint, I would say, a little bit of cleaning. Because this was an auto mechanic garage, everywhere we go we find oily hand marks and things. We're planning on doing wood on the walls, kind of like we did downstairs. So that'll look nice. We really like that wood. It just looks really good, cleans it up, makes it look great. So something we'll probably end up doing. We did add a couple LED lights in here. Can't see them too much because it's super bright, but Dad also uses one of our light boxes as well. And I'll show you a little bit of this etching that Dad just got done doing. Another deer scene. I'm sure you can't quite imagine. Always lots of deer scenes. And this is one of the next ones he has to etch. He'll be etching soon. I'd mentioned in a different video, I think, all the faces of some of the practice stuff. There's one of the tiles. He did that on, so lots going on. The shop, production-wise, is pretty quiet right now over here. Haven't produced anything much. So soon, though, that will change, and we'll be back at it. We'll be getting this new stencil and getting her in the cutter. We will certainly give you a little more feedback when that happens. And yeah, we'll let you know what we think about it, whether we like it, whether we don't like it, what's good, what's bad about it. Certainly we'll be keeping you abreast of that. in the next couple months as we're using it. Thank you so much for coming along with us today at the Gravestone Pros with North Country Memorial. So glad that you were here. Hope you found this video educational, and I hope it was also entertaining for you guys. Please do all that good YouTube stuff for me. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, a dislike if you didn't like the video. That's always okay too. Any interaction is good interaction for us social media people. So really appreciate that. Hit the bell so that you get notified every Friday afternoon when I upload a new video. And we will see you guys next time.